Well, it would seem we've hit not only 6,000 subscribers, but also 7,000 in the span of, like, a week? How is that possible? I'll tell you how. Calculus student versus math difficulty chart hobby. This video did extremely well and has claimed the title of my most viewed video of all time by a landslide. Thanks so much for your support, and if you haven't watched that video yet, go do that after this video. So I guess today's the 6 and 7,000 sub special, where I'll be playing and reviewing the submissions for Shark's Mini Towers of Heck Ring 6. 21 towers submitted by you guys in the Discord, link in the description. This video will be in 2 parts as well, and it's looking like by the time part 2 comes around we'll be at or close to 8,000 subscribers. Wow. An unofficial poll decided the reveal for today's video. Most of these I probably wouldn't have done, but an extreme Roro lore drop I will be willing to do. It'll be later in the video. I won't tell you where though, so I guess you're just gonna have to keep watching. Similar to when I reviewed the Ring 5 submissions back in September, most of the reviews you're about to watch were live streamed, but they were not my first time playing the tower. I played each tower once, took some notes of my comments, and then referred to those notes as I played the tower again in the live stream. Again, like last time, every tower I played has been accepted, I'm just giving my thoughts. If I say there's something I think you should change, that by no means means you have to change it, because it's your tower, these are just my thoughts. With the posting of this video, all the builders have been given the builder role in the Discord server, which grants you permission to talk in SMToH final submissions. This is where you'll submit the final version of your tower, with final submissions being due Saturday, July 5th, 2025. Refer to the message and announcements for more information. It's now time to begin. The first tower to review is Necro002's Tower of Isn't It Simple, hard difficulty. So you start with this vine swing over to here, and I missed the jump. Wow, okay, great. There we go. Okay, you just kind of have to go a bit fast. Okay, and then this is a jump booster thingy. Cool. Please make a video out of this. I will. This will be edited down into a 2-part video, which will also be the 6,000 subscriber special. Okay, yeah, so you gotta do that, press those 2 buttons and open that. And by the way, there is a soft lock here if you fall down here, so maybe you should fix that. You could do like, just like a little door to exit out to here or something. That would work. And we got another vine swing there.
Whoa, we got teleported.
Yes, this tower does use vines a lot. That's one of the client objects. There's only a couple like client objects it uses a lot, and yes, I do like the use of vines in this tower. Okay, now here you got a button section. You can get them in any order. Whoa. I would suggest making that conveyor a bit slower, because it's kind of unexpectedly fast, and it's easy to miss the jump because of it. I also like the use of these thingies, the jump pads and speed pads. That was not what I was supposed to do. Hold on. There we go. You jump up here like a head hitter. There's the button. I didn't make it on top of there, but it's fine. We got the button. Okay. I think I also said make these semi-transparent parts be like slightly more visible, because they're kind of hard to see as is. So you can climb up here now, and then that will launch you in here. Simple code. Here you gotta go like underneath. There's a button somewhere. Or no, you like do that, yeah. Then you press that button, and then gotta climb back up. So that was cool. And then you have a limited time, or I guess just do this one jump, including that. That sign explains that type of vine jump. Jump immediately after you get on the swing. Oh, right, yeah. You gotta do that on all those like sideways ones. Tilt this up, and then jump here. Okay, time to go inside here. Nice. Oh, well, that was wrong. Another suggestion is decrease the transition time on these teleporters, because it just kind of takes a while, and it's kind of annoying. All right, so this thing is a, was it loose platform? Okay, cool. Another suggestion is turn this either 90 degrees, so the exclamation point like that is right here, or right here. That way it just faces the direction you jump from. Another thing I like about this tower is the design from a distance. I do like that with the wacky frame and a lot of outsides. Okay, and then that thing's a trip part, and you used to go underneath here. There's a no jump part, a sign that says that would probably be nice. I guess it's not totally necessary, because by this point you've hopefully figured out that these circle blocks are the jump pads, but couldn't hurt to add a sign that says that. Yeah, okay, so that's like kind of impossible, but it's okay because it takes a long time for the second fading part to like respawn, so you can go back. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Still, I think this part could use like a nerf, maybe just making that a regular part, that way you don't have to do it all in one shot. Of course, it is safety netted, so whatever. This part's also fun, this fading part maze, even though it's kind of one path, so is it really a maze? I don't know. Well, it is a little bit. You got this button, that's also kind of a spot you can stand at and wait for them to respawn a little bit. And that button opens that, and jump over here. Alright, fading parts, probably rotate those so that they face where you jump from. And, wait, that doesn't do anything. Okay. Oh, you just jump off that truss. That truss jump does feel a bit difficult for a hard tower. Well, kind of. I guess it's okay. It's not too bad. And then, okay, here you just gotta hold jump. Yeah, I guess you'll figure that out. Where you jump to? Oh, that, I see. Okay, you gotta jump to that teleporter. Okay, jump pad, that takes you all the way up here, and then you can just jump down, and that's the end. Nice. Let's jump down the difficulty chart to an easy difficulty submission. Bubble Tower by Brian708. Trip part, be careful. That is what the glue parts are. And then you have this outside. This is the only outside in the tower, though. Wait, never mind. It is the longest one, though. Bubbles. Yes, these bubble column things are elevators. I do think it should say that on that sign instead of just bubbles. I mean, I guess you figure it out anyway. That says don't go sideways, because you go with shift lock, you won't be able to make it. Avoid the trip parts, or at least just hold space to avoid falling. And then, what does that say? Stick to the bubbles. That was a button. Not sure what it did. Did it open that? Maybe. Okay. Short outside there. I think that's the only one other than the floor 1 outside. Yeah. Oh, free safety net. And then I think that's floor 5 with that safety net. Yeah, but the rest of it's pretty quick. Yeah.
Boing.
Falling part, another one of these bubble elevators. And then that's the wind pad. That's why it looks like there's no wind pad, and that's just a random red truss, but no, the truss is the wind pad. The blue and yellow go nicely together. I do like that. It looks like you use the same color yellow throughout the whole tower while changing the main frame color, and it also accurately fits the intended difficulty of high easy. That was one of the easiest ring 6 submissions. How about now we play the hardest? Here's Tower of Absolute Acceleration by Zero Complication and Gaming Legend 0320. So this one is insane difficulty, or at least he submitted it as insane difficulty. To me, it honestly feels more like extreme, but whatever. The idea here is it uses a ton of button timers. So most floors, except like 2 of them, have like a button timer that you have to race against for the entire floor. Now, it doesn't like insta-kill you or anything, but like you have to get to here in time. That's the idea. I played this one yesterday, well, technically today at like 1 a.m. and yeah, it was pretty difficult for me. It honestly feels like outside my own skill level, which is kind of why I'm saying, or kind of why I feel like it's more extreme difficulty. But anyways, it also uses a lot of outsides, as you will quickly see if you look up. Yeah, like I'm definitely not going fast enough to beat the timer. Since I can't do anything without falling about 50 times, I can't really say how tight the button timers are. Probably not super tight though. And we're almost done with the floor now. You need to go here, here, here. Press that button and then quickly run back to get in here. And then if you'd done this in time before the yellow timer ran out, that would be open. Then you got another timer for the next floor. And we got another outside here. There's like an outside on every floor pretty much. And then here's a morpher. So make sure you do this part carefully with those. No. Here's another button timer. Yes, there are a lot of them. I don't think there's a single button that's not timed, actually. Okay, and then here, what you're supposed to do is jump back down, and then there's a platform in here that's activated. An arrow or a sign maybe would help with that, though, because I was confused the first time I played this. There we go. Okay, I was just doing it wrong. Now this is a conveyor launch, but there is a wall in the way. So jump from there. Right, and then fading part. Conveyor, kill brick wraps. Since you're on a button timer, you probably don't want to spend too much time healing either. But those kill bricks don't deal that much damage. Fading part. It's a slow fading part, but you gotta kind of do a lot before it runs out. There we go. Right, okay, you don't have to jump on that tightrope. Not directly to it. You can do that. I didn't see that. I only played this tower 7 hours ago. Okay, and if I'd have done that in time, then that would be open. But I do need it deactivated for a moment so I can show you this jump because, well, there you go. All right, floor 3 now of 8. These are all 8 floor towers. Oh, and then this part's fun. You gotta keep hitting the buttons. And it's actually decently sight readable too, so good balance on that part, I guess. If balance is the right word. This floor, though, does not have, well, like it has these short button timers. It doesn't have like a longer one that you have to complete the whole floor in. The one on the screen now is from the previous floor. Corner flip. Here's another one. Go, 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 go. Nice. Press the purple button or else you won't be able to progress. Yeah, we got another floor timer. One that I will definitely not be able to pass. I can reset it though. That's nice. We could maybe use a resetter for the one on floor 2 because there isn't one. DOAA is terrifying. I mean, I'm not really opposed to whatever difficulty it may be. I mean, I'd prefer it be extreme over terrifying. That way, like I don't just want to skip over any difficulties in Ring 6. Even if this is extreme, there'll still be the soul-crushing eye build in like its own place. That will definitely be insane. There's also Tower of Peppermint which was submitted as remorseless or insane, which to me feels insane. If this is terrifying, which to me it doesn't feel terrifying, but if it is, and it is marked as such in-game after the difficulty polls, then whatever, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, then this part, here we go. Somehow I did that first try. It's kind of a tricky wraparound, but yeah. Yeah, see, you know this is gonna be a difficult experience to grind this when I can't even do it with no clip. Well, I can do it with no clip, but it's a bit annoying. This part's fun too. A bunch of these conveyors next to each other. And I still fell. Let me try wrapping on this side. Yeah, that's easier. Okay, and fading part, right, okay. This would be open if I did the floor in time, but then you get teleported into here. Okay, this one you're safe from the full floor button timer, but there's still a bunch of them. And also that fading part thing is quite difficult. I mean, not any more difficult than anything else here, though. Yeah, no, if you just go at just the right speed to line it up while not sacrificing, like, the time. Nothing I'm saying is making any sense. I guess this is what happens when I got, like, 5 hours of sleep. There we go. Definitely didn't use no clip on that. Okay, and then no jump. Well, like one jump. So, okay. You could also sit around and wait for 1 billion seconds if you wanted. I think that's like 30 years. Then, wait, walk around? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. It's not a 2-stud walk around. Well, it is, but it's like lowered by a couple studs. Okay, maybe I'm regretting doing the hardest tower like first thing in the morning. Wait, you can walk along there. I didn't see that. Okay. This definitely was too slow. Oh, wait, never mind. All right, next up, you got a ledge grab on this conveyor. The conveyor goes pretty slow, so it's not too hard to set up. That, on the other hand, it seems like that would be RNG, and you can't jump, right? So you gotta go into climbing animation on the other side. Yeah, like, I pretty much did those exactly the same. I don't think I did anything differently. Probably move that a bit closer, like 1 or 2 studs, I think would solve that. Or I might just have a skill issue, I don't know. Okay, next, outside. You're gonna do this outside and then get that button, and then you gotta run back inside where those button activated parts will be. Okay, this is no jump again. This part's kind of scary, but not that hard. You just gotta go back and forth a bunch of times. Onto here, and then this is fun. You gotta run diagonally across there, go back over here, and run diagonally across here and up to there, all within the time limit. Now you can jump again, so you can just go along here and go this way. All right, there's that button, so be ready to run back inside and not miss jumps immediately. Next floor, we don't have a button timer on this one either. Well, not one for the whole floor. I'm sure there are some timed buttons, we'll see. Right, so this one's a conveyor, this one's a fading part, which I think you can only jump on like 1 time. No, you can jump on it twice. There we go. And another outside. Okay, so we do have a long button timer. Oh boy. All right, now try to avoid those conveyors because they go super fast. And this outside certainly feels acceleration. Here you gotta wrap around like that and another morpher and back inside, but still got that button timer. Yeah, it's for like the next 2 floors. So yeah, you have like 2 minutes to do 2 floors, which is like a lot. That jump, I mean, it's kind of just skill issue why I keep missing that, but maybe it could use a nerf by like moving each 1.5 studs closer or something. There we go. All right, another one of these morphers. Let's see if I can do it right this time. There we go. Nice. Yes, make sure you jump off it in time. And then avoid the spinners. Whoa. All right, then we got another one of these things. Go, 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 go. There we go. And you're supposed to go over to the sides like that. And I still did it wrong, because of course I did. And then that's where you're supposed to get to within the time limit, and it will take you to the last floor. Yeah, but that was like a lot. That seems really difficult to do in 2 minutes only. Anyway, for the final floor, you'll have 90 seconds to complete the entire floor. Good luck. Nice lighting change too. All right, jump to here, then just... Wow, I did that jump. Crazy. A no jump part again. Or wait 1 billion seconds and you'll be able to jump. All right, and an outside. Fading. Oh yeah, that part's... Somehow I did that first try. Okay, I kind of struggled with that earlier when I was playing this the first time.
Boing.
Fading. Go, 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 go. Missed the last jump. Wow, I did it. No way. Okay, conveyor launch. That's fading. That's a morpher. Right, okay. White outlines are morphers. Red outlines are fading part. Good. I noticed that when I'm like super close to the end. I'm not going to say like 10 jumps from the end because I don't remember it. I think it's more than 10. Right, you still got this last... There's like one little bit left.
Boing.
Although that was right. That thing's the wind pad, so sort of a false ending. But not a fake wind pad. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's all that is left. And then that... There. This is the ending. I do like this ending. Very good. You like ride the zip line around and get to Observe all the things you've accomplished, all the obstacles you've now passed, and then it will take you to the wind pad. Nice. So like I said, in my opinion, this is extreme difficulty. I do think general nerfs throughout the whole tower would be a good idea. I don't think anyone would exactly complain about that. However, I'm not saying here to nerf it all the way down to insane. Other than that, really good job with this tower. The tower feels very alive with lots of moving and spinning parts, and good representation of acceleration with the use of button timers, conveyors, and the floor 6 outside speed section. Before we move on to the next tower, it's time for the extreme Roro lore drop. So there exist in the universe multiple entities that can be referred to as Roro. The main specimen, of course, is me, a Homo sapien native to the United States. Then there's the original Roro, the stuffed animal sheep. Roro's history dates all the way back to 2008, when my grandma gave him to me as a birthday present. Since then, he's explored far and wide. Eventually, he was given a shirt, such as in my channel's profile picture, and later still, pants. Roro has a family too. His brother is named Travel Lamb, and his wife is named Lauren. They got married in 2017, and their honeymoon was at Niagara Falls. Next up, it's time for Traina Train's Tower of Comet Anomaly, remorseless difficulty. Alright, disable particles, disable safety net, vine swing here, onto here, zip line. On the zip lines, you gotta pay close attention to where those are, and then probably it's a good idea before each zip line to just look ahead at where that is, which is where you need to jump off, and then where you're actually jumping to. Same for jumps like this with a fading part, which are the red outlines. Vine swing, and then check ahead. You're gonna go on that zip line over to here, and you're gonna jump on there. There we go. Okay, jump here. All right, another zip line. Let's look ahead. You're gonna jump off there onto that thingy. Elevator. Forgot the word for it, and that's wrong. Though it's also possible that you don't actually have to use the zip line. You can do that. There. You just gotta get the timing right on the elevator jump. All right, now jump to here and a couple elevators onto there. All right, another fading part. Look ahead. I'm gonna jump to there. All right, wrap around to that wedge and zip line down here. But look ahead. I'm gonna jump off there to get right there. Then you're gonna fall through this one stud gap, or I guess you could go like this if you're feeling a bit risky, and jump to here. Yeah. See, if you just slow down a bit, then the sight reading isn't too bad.
Boing.
Go up here. Wedge. Truss. This is peak commentary, I know. And there, we're almost to the end. There we go. Alright, cool. Yeah, maybe sight reading isn't the best on here, but I mean, if you just take it slow, it's not too bad. But maybe some arrows and beams would help. I like the design with lots of parts and wraps filling the entire space to the end. So like if you look at it from back here, yes, lots of like it's just stuff filling that whole space. It would also be nice if there was a sign saying that all Comet decorations are Can Collide false. Just one at the start, like right there or something. That would be nice. Not that it's easy to try to jump to them, but it would just be nice to know. Let's take a break from these really hard towers and go back to the easier end of the difficulty chart with Tower of Bubblegum Climbing by Ethan4288. This tower is medium difficulty. These things are elevators. These like glass orbs. This one particular bubble likes push boxes, so it doesn't do anything to me, but if I bring a push box to it, you can see it does that. Couple more elevators. Actually, there are a lot more in this tower. Couple more right there, I guess. Okay, floor 3 already. Okay, you want to avoid the elevators here because they'll just teleport you back. And I guess that's now like a, yeah, progress lost net. Vine swing here and elevator. All right, floor 4. Avoid that one, by the way, because it's Can Collide false. Let's play a mini game. Press 3 buttons, jump to start. Okay, you want to press that one. I missed one. /E dance 2. Oh, well, that worked as well, but you're supposed to do that and hit it with your arm. 2. Not really sure why there seem to be random numbers, because that's not floor 2. Maybe it means second half of the tower imminent. I feel like it's not that, though. This says, also find a button. So you can go, like, into this part from either side. You need to find a button, though, which I think is, like, around here. Yeah, there it is. So you don't actually have to go, like, all the way around. You can just find that one button. And then continue. Push slowly as this isn't netted. Yes, if you like run into a wall, this push bucket will fall over and I will laugh. Alright, you need a button, hold on. No, you need several buttons actually. There's one. Just make sure you jump to them carefully, because if like the box is still moving, that could end badly. And there we go. You can jump down here. What does that activate? I guess some platforms letting you back in here maybe? I guess I hit them all. Alright. Go up these spinning bubbles. Oh, final floor. Nice. Got an outside here, but luckily it's pretty easy, and these things look cool also. Roblox is down, we need to evacuate. Yeah, what if Roblox completely crashes? I guess we'll play Minecraft, and then lose a whole bunch of viewers on the stream. Okay, there's the wind pad. Good use of elevators throughout. That was sort of the main client object you stuck with throughout, and good execution of that for a medium tower. I like the blue and pink color scheme with the colors inverting as you go up. You can see we have pink as the accent color and blue as the main color at the bottom, then vice versa at the top. One last thing is probably get rid of this one stud squeeze here. Change it to like 2 studs or something, because you just don't usually see those on medium towers. We've seen several towers from Gaming Legend now. Tower of Wacky Obstacles in Ring 5, and Tower of Absolute Acceleration a couple towers ago, which he helped with. Our next tower is his Tower of Winning, difficulty. I was asked to play this blind, so this is my first time seeing the tower, and I wasn't referencing any notes. Alright, looks normal so far. What is this? That's nothing. Okay, maybe, is it like a push box section later? Possibly. Okay, hit that and jump across. Okay, cool. Okay, that was the thingy. Okay, yeah, that wedge button is probably a wedge button. Or a push box button. Yeah, there we go. Okay, button that did something. Ah, I can go over here now. Unless I just fall. We'll pretend I didn't fall. Alright, that was floor 1. Vine swing. Fading parts in this tower will always come back once you touch them. Are they like... Ah, okay, you can hold jump on them. Flip block? No, just glue. Okay, for decoration, not... Oh, wait. Is that a... Yeah. X pusher trampoline. There's a button. There have been a lot of buttons already, so I guess free button progress. No one ever complains about free button progress. Right, so I can hold jump on these. Oh, that's kind of cool with the uphill thingies and that's slanted. Okay, let me hold space on here. Yes, it's just, if I just remember that, then it's fine. Okay, help the winning smiles are everywhere. I guess we'll see them eventually. Ah, perfectly conventional way of doing that spinner. Yep, Roro, get ready soon. I really like this tower. Yeah, I knew that there was something fishy coming up. Okay, we got a maze here. I'm gonna play this in first person. Surely a jump scare is incoming. There's a button, or key, whatever that thing is. Okay, we shall explore the maze. This is great. This is probably a key door, so... This is where I just was. Okay, so I got a blue key. Is the key supposed to be winning smile? I guess so. If question mark is really generating these surreal towers, then we have to stop it. Hopefully the theory of beating all the 7 citadels is even real. Just the thought of... Just the thought of being lost in the void is very scary itself. Be cautious, player. Okay, 1 stud maze. Okay. In order to escape this horrifying labyrinth, you need to get 4 keys to access the final room. How do I know that? Don't ask. So I got 2 keys. I need to find 2 more. Wait, is this why it's called Tower of Winning? Because it's the winning smiles? Whoa. Okay, well I opened one of those. Wait, then that's just gonna make it easier to miss where that door is, now that I have to like look straight at it to see that. Whatever. There's something wrong with this thing. If you fell for it and came to this, then I am sorry. There's a way out, though. Oh, this is a new area. If you find a green winning smile, it wants something from you. You know where to go next, right? Oh. Robux! Okay, hold on. The green winning smile probably wants Robux. That's probably why it said that in the same room as the Robux. I remember seeing a green door. No idea where it was, though. The reality of SMToH will be shattered if we don't do something about this quickly. Ooh. Ah. Wait, hold on. I can hold jump. Right, I forgot about that. As long as I just line it up with these thingies. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh, there. Okay. What did I just get? I got a yellow one. Haven't seen a yellow door anywhere, though. Oh, wait. This is new. First, we had minimal vibrancy, and now this. Something is definitely not right. This has to be question marks, shenanigans. Aha. A pink winning smile. There we go. Found it. Oh, there we go. Nice. Hello, player. You may be wondering why you're here. To that, I say, I don't know either. And that's exactly what I am trying to figure out. I myself got interested in this new reality, what I'd like to call it, Shark's Many Towers of Heck. I quickly got used to the new environment it gave me, but it quickly drained my sanity after all the surreal stuff. Question marks? Or all the surreal stuff, question mark, did to this world. I can't even imagine our world with that presence still wandering, sending whatever it can to stop us. I was the one who put all the notes in that maze. People need to know the upcoming danger lurking around the deeper rings. I'm still not sure if it even was unstoppable. You and Shark are the only ones who can stop it, not me. I wish you two good luck in your journey. My name, My name is Mr. Detective Hoston. A way to escape? Well, I have this artifact to teleport you to your reality, but it's only a one-time use device. You can take it, however, you deserve it the most. You can't just get trapped here for nothing. Before you go, make sure you give a piece of its medicine. Goodbye.
Wow.
Welcome to the final floor. I hope you can handle it. What? Was the maze a bunch of floors? Maybe. What happens if I fall? Is it just a teleporter? Yeah. Corner flip. Almost did it right. Why did I have to press the wrong button? Made by yours truly. Pushing swing. Ooh, I did one of these before. These are fun. Actually, I've never seen them except when I put one of those on Tower of the Planets. No! Well, good thing the outside is still netted. 30 seconds for this little morpher section. That I just walked off a platform. Okay, I can hold jump for these. If you failed the timer, just drop down. There's another chance. You will not be here for much longer. I made it here legit. Well, I didn't, because I just kept walking off platforms, because I'm on extreme skill issue mode right now. Whee! Congratulations, beating my tower. Okay, nice. I made those pushing vines before actually watching the video where you added them. Wait, is there anything in those floors? Yes, apparently we never go to them. Was I supposed to? Fake floors. Well, that's some dedication, building gameplay you don't even go to. Now for my thoughts on this. The tower is pretty short, with you only going to 4 floors. The maze can take a while if you don't know where to go, but little of it is actual gameplay. With the short length in mind, I think you matched the intended difficulty well. It was submitted as low difficult, which I agree with. I'd say the gameplay is pushing high difficult or challenging, but the short length keeps the tower at low difficult. Since by ring 6 you'll know what question mark's real name is, I think you should change that on the notes and cutscene part to say the real name. But for now, since nobody knows the real name, leave it as is. And my final suggestion is to reword the sign on floor 2 to say something like, these fading parts respawn quickly, so you can hold jump on them. I feel like that's just a bit clearer. Next up, we have another of Gaming Legends submissions. Tower of Sunny Lands, hard difficulty. So, if you fall in the water, you just get teleported back. It also plays a sound, I think, there. A cool little transition with that. Not actually sure how you did that. Was that like a lighting changer? Like fog end or something? And we got a spinner here. Vine swing. Push box. And I think, is that the push box button? Yeah. And that activated this over here. Okay, cool. Falling part. And then push that. Oh wait, gotta get it swinging. Now I can do that. I think if I remember right, you don't fall all the way back there anytime you fall. I think like you get like a little checkpoint at like the halfway mark or like something like that. Where was that? How did I lose it? There it is. Okay, so don't just full send ram into that. There we go. Welcome to the second half of the river. Things will get more tropical from here. Yeah, see, there is a checkpoint. I was right.
Boing.
The fading platform there fades for 3 seconds. Wrap around quickly. The one with the black outline. Woo! Okay. Alright, here's a morpher thingy. Time to throw Pleaton off the plank. Ah, yes. 10 out of 10 fire particles. Alright, that activated that, I guess.
Boing.
Oh, I'm about to die. Let me heal up. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yay! I really like the use of all the client object mechanics. They feel creative while not needing super long explanations. We kind of got the one like there, but that's pretty much it. Maybe it would be nice if you put like a sign that says like go slow on this, because it's very easy to just go too fast and then have that happen. Then right before the checkpoint, you go all the way back to the start. Tower feels very alive with lots of moving parts and of course the moving water texture. Very nice use of lighting effects for when you fall into the water and get teleported back. Well, like I said, I'm not totally sure that is a lighting effect. Our next tower is Tower of Superspeedy Tower Ascending by Jack0537280. This tower is hard difficulty and definitely lives up to its name, as you will quickly see. So this one's another quick one. It is also hard difficulty. Oh, that's can't collide false. It does live up to the name. Yes, it's very quick. You can guess what this does. It is no jump while standing on those. So like on here, you want to make sure you stand in the middle of that part. Go on that little half stud thingy. Fading this way. On this conveyor.
Boing.
Oh, I didn't even make the jump, dang it.
Boing.
There we go. Oh, right. You want to use that conveyor to launch yourself over here. And not the final floor. It might look like it, but there's one more after this. It's like separate. Oh, wait. Now I've been decapitated. Go on this little wedge thingy. Now you go up here. And then it's basically the end. You got like 2 jumps on here. Is the safety net? If it's not, well, it doesn't really need to be because that's all you do. And then you just go over here to the wind pad. Nice. Trust flick on a hard tower. Ah, right here. Yeah, definitely. Remove that. Replace it with something else. If you put like a part like right there that you can like just walk onto, and then you just jump off that onto there, I think that would be good enough. I like the frame design with the opaque corners and window on every side. The use of different shapes like wedges and spheres and rotations and colors looks nice. The slightly darker accent color on most floors, maybe all of them. And we got like the curves here and wedges. And I think you should use the no jump pads a bit more instead of just 2 jumps on floor 3. Like maybe put another jump like that somewhere. Maybe it could like replace this stress flick. That'd work too. Next up is Tower of Instakill Massacre, a peak remorseless tower by Liam Kean Boys. Temporary note, invisible button usage is a bit weird and buttons reset when you die, so keep that in mind when no clipping in the tower. Delete the sign in SMToH. Raid kill bricks are instakills. This tower was built specifically to be a pain for the tower rush. Yes, this is big. It does take a lot of space. It uses terrain, which the way Ring 6 is going to go, that's might make it a little tricky to implement. I think I'll be fine though. I'm sure I can figure it out. If nothing else, floating island, Ring 4 or 5 style. Yeah, so it's not exactly clear where each floor begins, which I do that a lot in my towers, so by no means is that a problem, because I'd sound mad hypocritical if I said it were. Okay, if I could... There, I did the jump, cool. You can't stand on red parts, and you can only jump on them once. Well, what that means is it's an insta-fade part, or something, right? Yeah, insta-fade, okay. It would probably be better if you just said that directly, like red parts insta-fade, so be quick. Hold forward and jump ASAP on the green swings. This jump it took me like a bunch of tries to figure out what I was supposed to do. It's pretty easy once you know what to do, but just maybe indicate it better, and it would be fine. Okay, now this part, it's quite a long jump. You gotta make sure you land on that vine swing. Turrets are also insta-kills, so avoid them accordingly. I died, okay. Oh, another thing, go to materials service and set use 2022 materials to false. That'll give you the old granite texture. You can hold the heal tool and you don't die. Oh, that's nice. Flip. And that will teleport you over here and color inverts, apparently. Climb. So this is a ledge grab. It seems like it would be awkward because that part's there. It even can collide true, but it normally works fine. Maybe try don't moving at the same time. These are jump boosters, usually green, but they're pink right now because color invert. Alright, that's a jump booster. So it would give me the jump boost. And apparently hit the insta-kill as well. There. Okay, now this thing is a speed pad. Well, no, this is like a speed zone. There. That seems like that jump would be hard. It's not really though. Okay, jump up here. That's another jump booster. And then this is there. Just do that trust flick carefully because it is kind of a far distance to jump. Okay, what is this? Oh, well, that answers that. Okay, go down here. Nice. Wait, we already did this part. Well, it like pressed a button or something. So now when you flip through here, you don't get teleported to that other area because we're there. Okay, that's a jump booster. And then this thing, make sure you press space there and then jump up and not like that. Actually, if you missed that, you could maybe land on that. Yeah, you probably could if you did it right. There we go. Now this part, you gotta jump back and forth. This and that jump over there, which we haven't gotten to, they're like huge difficulty spikes. So they're like good use of client objects, just big difficulty spike. You could add like a safety net or something. Probably don't want to do that though. So what would I suggest doing? Maybe probably just nerf it, like make the wraps a little easier. All right, what is the name of this tower? That would be Tower of Instakill Massacre. What is 2 + 2? 83. What is that? TOAAA. No way, it's TOAAA. Hold on. Get the alt tabs right there. I have too many tabs open. Oh, well, that was that. Okay. This is kind of the final part. Well, we have this part, and then there's like one more, like jump. So, yeah, we're almost done. Difficulty spike floors. I'm so evil. All right, this is a extreme ledge grab. Yay. Okay, and then this is like a huge difficulty spike jump. I'm just gonna hold heal now that I know that I become immune to kill bricks. That's actually very useful. Nonetheless, this is like super hard of a jump right there. The flip jump, yeah. Just the wrap after it is just like impossible. You probably need to like just like make it a regular platform, not like a wrap or anything. And then this part isn't too bad. I can definitely foresee myself getting funny trust right here, but well, it's fine. It's decently consistent, I guess. All right, and then that part's fun if you do it right. There we go. That part, I do like that. It's fun to just launch yourself with that. And, all right, one final jump. I'll read the quote wall in just a second. There we go. Totally not a win pad. It is indeed a win pad. Yes. Insta-kill win pad, but not actually. Fortnite Borgor English, or Spanish. It's a single jump. You had to do a bunch of those to get here. You can certainly do this one too, right? Go touch grass. If you fail this, you must wear the winning smile for a week. I also read CGDP's review of this, and I agree with what he said that the insta-kills are fairly placed. None are like super annoying or RNG. I like the frameless idea and the use of terrain with a big pit in the center. I feel like you could have done more with it though. Like, instead of just having one section you kind of just randomly go down there for. Well, I mean, you do go down there a second time, but I feel like with all this space, you could have done a bit more, but then again, that would result in a longer tower, so maybe not. The green vine jumps, these are good as well. Same for these insta-fade red things. I just feel like they're not very well introduced. Like I said, that sign should probably say something more like red parts insta-fade, so be quick. Something like that would be fine. And this sign is also very easy to miss. Not quite as bad without the night, but maybe like a beam, like showing like that you're supposed to jump like that. Maybe just on all the green vines, that would be nice. The insta-kill turrets down here, those are good too. Kind of feel like you should have put more of them throughout the tower though. And also the vine fling over here, that was fun as well. The design is almost non-existent. On individual platforms, it's not too bad, but since the tower takes up a lot of space, it still feels very empty. Adding more parts around, even if they don't contribute to the gameplay at all, would improve it a lot. Since there's grass, you can add trees as well. As CGDP said, the Tower of Astronomically Aimless Annoyances reference just feels out of place. Had I not read his review before reaching this point in the tower, I would be very confused. If you modified this room to better fit the theme of the tower, with like black and yellow parts or maybe a few instant kills, that would be nice. Like to the point where if you've played TOAAA, this would make sense, but it's also themed around this tower. You can maybe put just like an insta-kill border around here, like instead of just this neon. To Epic Noob King has built our next tower, Tower of Mountainous Trials, challenging difficulty. This tower is based on Mountainous Trials, an obby to Epic Noob King built in Obby Creator. It was featured in the intro of Are These Featured Obbies Any Good on February 28th, 2024, and requested obbies number 19 on July 13th, 2024. Welcome, explorer. This is Roro Peaks, named after the first explorer to discover the mountain. Your goal is to reach the very peak and help us research some important details for other expeditions. Signs and dark parts are can't collide false. Also, this is purest other than the lighting. Yeah, this time around, we don't have 3 towers claiming they're purest, and then they're actually not. No, it was that we had 2. Neither of them were actually purest. Like, not even close. There was another one that didn't claim to be purest that was almost entirely purest. There were like 2 client objects in the whole thing. Anyways, this is actually purest, except for the lighting changes. Right, so we can't, like, jump over there. That doesn't lead anywhere. Oh, over here. I came from... What? What am I doing? I go up here, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Like I said, this is based on a obby from Obby Creator, but it is not, like, it's pretty much just the same style obby, but it's not, like, exactly the same. So it's not like... It wasn't like Tower of Wacky Obstacles. It was just like transferred from Obby Creator with a few minor changes. This is like entirely new, but just same style and also a tower. I feel like I said that in about as many words as I possibly could, so sorry. Wait, do I go up? I think I go on the other side. Yeah, in order to get up here. Cool. We'll also see that there's more snow on these platforms as we go up, though the snow is can collide false. And lighting change. Everything is easier to climb from this point, however, it is getting harder to see. Oh, a tower that gets easier when you get further into the tower? Why don't we ever see that? It's always just, here's a difficulty spike, and no saving it. Oh, did I lose my ability to jump? No, but I'm just such a skill issue that yes. Anyways, more trust flicks. Hold on, what else did I say about this? You get instant points for naming the mountain after me. The amount of snow increasing as you ascend is a nice touch. You did a good job making the design look rocky like a mountain with parts looking like terrain. If I didn't have so much of a skill issue, then yes, this would, or like, it's good challenging gameplay, I feel like. It's maybe pushing intense, but it's short, so I could still see this being a challenging difficulty tower. So yeah. Also, wall hops on a challenging tower. And then final jump. It's 11 studs, by the way. And there. You also get a free badge for completing this. Oh, read the description. Okay. I think that's why you made the badge. Wow, you climbed a tower that was made in about 2 hours. Proud? You probably shouldn't be, but if you are, then good for you. Now go to ring 7 or something. SMToH description. Yeah, so if you just come up here, even with no clip, and hit this, you'll get a free badge, so... Yeah. I also like how when you get higher up here, we see less, like, parts around. Hold on. It's also that, like, all the gameplay is attached to the floor at the bottom. So, like, when you get up here, there's just less of it, which I think is nice, because it's, like, you're higher up, so you can see more sky around. Although it won't really look like this in Ring 6. It'll look so much cooler, because you get to see the ring Our next tower is another one by Brian708. In Ring 5, he submitted Tower of Epic Topheads. In Ring 6, he submitted its evil twin brother, Tower of Awful Topheads. So this one you can see they have the sad face and it's pointing downwards. Based on what Ring 6 is going to look like, this will also fit nicely. Like it'll be the way I'll implement it. You will see eventually. Inlet parts are always can collide false. Okay, so you got to look carefully to where you can jump. That's also that same mechanic was in Tower of Epic Topheads. Inlet parts being can collide false. Okay, and there we go. Also, I think each teleporter, okay, like Tower of Sunny Lands, once you get to the halfway point, you get like a checkpoint, and then the teleporters start teleporting you back, you know, to floor 5. Right, you can jump on these kill bricks, so it's probably easier to just run across them, you would think. Wait, do those deal like 20 damage? Maybe they do. Okay, so you shouldn't hit or you should like probably do that. Yeah, that seems to be the best thing to do. Jump across the ouch brick like once. Jumping in here will be useless. Top heads are ouch bricks. Ouch bricks deal 20 damage. Alright, you can move, you just can't jump. Right, I don't know why I thought that for a second. Okay. Oh yes, and we also have, like in TOET, a bunch of random images around. And next floor. Pretty much just don't fall, because yeah, that was an easy floor. From now on, teleporters will teleport you here. Yeah, so that's like the halfway checkpoint like in Tower of Sunny Lands. And I missed that. Okay, well, good thing I just got the checkpoint. Right, these things, they're semi-transparent, but we can still walk on them anyway. Forgot about that. And go down here. Right, go over here. Oh, right, it's easy to walk on those, and then if you're not paying close enough attention, because that will teleport you back. So make sure you don't step up on these things. Then, little tightrope thing. And elevator. Quickly go over here. You gotta press that button, and then you gotta press that button. Oh, those are teleporters. There we go. See these elevators? Yeah, they will push you forward. There. Just avoid them. Alright. Falling is dying. So, yes, it's a final outside, but it's super easy. There. Yeah, you get insta-kill if you fall. Using an insta-kill like that, I'm not totally opposed to, because, like, it's just the same as an outside. Find the lore impossible. There must be some secret zone. There were several in Tower of Epic Topheads, so there must be some in here. Surely on the sides or something. Aha! Found it!
Imposter.
What's brain rot? Imposter. Are they dead? Imposter. This one uses some mechanics from Tower of Epic Topheads, like the inlets are can collide false, Topheads deal 20 damage, these random images scattered throughout. There's also some new mechanics, such as the spherical button timers and the teleporters on each floors. The only thing I can suggest is maybe add like an outside at the halfway point, going like around here. That way, there's that similarity between this tower and Tower of Epic Topheads. Doesn't have to be as long as the other one, though. For our second to last tower, we have Jack053728's Tower of Climbing on the Heights. If you're unaware, the Heights is a classic Roblox sword fight map, and this tower is based on it. So we got the skybox too. I should be able to get that working in the place in Ring 6. So that thing is a speed pad. These things are fading parts. These things are conveyors. Red parts deal 5 damage.
Boing.
My only suggestion was that jump there. The first time I did it, like, flung me off there. So if you add, like, another elevator on the, like, right against here to, like, catch you, that would help that and prevent that from happening. Other than that, you stuck to the theme of the Heights very well, and it really does feel like the Heights. You also avoided the standard client object looks so as to stay on theme, such as kill bricks are red reflective parts instead of granite, and you avoided the confusion that may cause by using only a few client objects. So, like, it's a couple things you have to remember, like that those are kill bricks, but it's not that, like, you didn't use like 50 different client objects, and you just have to remember what the Heights style platform each one is. Kind of the kill brick is like the only one, and then you have like the conveyors too, but well, you can see the conveyor beam, so that one's not very hard to figure out. There's also the fading parts, okay. Which, by the way, in the original map, those are fading parts too. They're kind of like on a timer, kind of like beat blocks. Okay, conveyor launch, actually barely a launch really, but go over here. Whee! Speed section for a few seconds.
Boing.
Oh wait, that one's just a teleporter. Okay, then here's the end. This sword wind pad at the end is a nice touch. I do like that. And last but not least, Tower of Honeycomb Heist Bonanza by Wendy Harry Oso. Alright, soldier. The wasp have never stolen the bee's honey before, so you will make history and steal for us. We will reward you this weird object. and that is not wind pad no work. That will have the particles in the game. So yeah, honey is one sticky substance, so don't touch it. Well, you can give that a try immediately. It gives you slow walk for I guess 1.5-ish seconds. All right, so this will actually not be the first bee themed tower in SMToH. I built one in ring 2, staff only. Press F to corner flip.
Bee Swarm Simulator.
Yes, there's lots of Bee Swarm Simulator illusions in this. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Let's go, first try. Yellow things with outlines are elevators. Right, what was I saying before that? Right, I built a bee-themed tower as well. Wow, nice going. That was like so good. It was called Tower of Honeybee Heights, and it's in ring 2. Right, okay, wrap correctly. Okay, so it doesn't really spin around the center. That's... I guess be aware of that.
Boing.
Alright, 3 seconds. Go, 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 go. And jump. Alright, that's an elevator. Does it slowly... Yeah, you slowly go down, so don't linger too long in that area. Oh, return to floor 2. Okay, yeah. A short amount of gameplay you must redo, but not too bad. Maybe you could have, like, just a free ladder, or maybe, like, buff it so it's not just exactly the same thing again. Alright, now, this doesn't, like, teleport you or anything, but... Oh, it is, like, an ouch... Wait, what? No, I think it's a double damage break. 10 damage. Let's play football. You mean soccer? Oh, right. I forgot to spawn the soccer ball. There we go. I did it wrong. There we go. Then you could go back by using the back teleporter, and it activates this. Well, pal, you need at least one bee to progress.
Bee Swarm Simulator. Boing.
Yes, you actually don't have to go that way. You should just go that way if you're, like, trying to go fast. Okay, what is this? I forgot. Oh, yeah, you gotta hit the... button with the turrets, or the buttons with the turrets. Right, okay, then you go over here. Jumping is illegal in this zone. There's a moving part here. I think you should make it have invisible positions off, like so that you can see there's the semi-transparent block, which would maybe make it easier to draw the conclusion that it is a moving part there, because otherwise it doesn't look like there's anything there and it's a little confusing. Yeah, I put in my notes the mini games on this floor. This one isn't really a minigame, but like the one over there and over there, those were fun and creative. And okay, you can jump again. There's your bee. Now you can go in here.
Boing.
That will activate for a few seconds, so make sure you get off that platform in time. Otherwise, you will fall.
Bee Swarm Simulator. Boing.
Wall of Madeline from Celeste. Is that E silent? We're back inside the tower for the moment. We also got a free safety net. Also, there was just, like, an empty floor here. I mean, you got, like, the long outside, so it's still, like, the right length for a tower. So it's fine that there's just no inside there. But, I mean, that does just kind of leave some empty space, even if you don't really look up there. I think maybe if you just add, like, a ceiling here to just leave this closed-off cube, that might look a little better. Then nobody will probably notice the empty floor. All right, now here, it's probably better to go, like, on the right side, because, like, you don't really get flung through the wall, as you can see, but here you definitely get flung off of there. You'd backtrack, go over here. This part's kind of annoying. It's not too bad, but you're like inside the push box, which is kind of cool. Go, 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 go. There, get the button, and then you can just fall off. It's fine, because it activates this. Oh, apparently something deactivated. I feel like why'd everything reset? How about I just continue as though nothing ever happened? Okay, here you could use first person or something to not go into climbing animation on there, and a little bit more gameplay before. I think this is the final floor. Can we just end this mission already? Does this have a safety net? I forgot. It does not. Okay. There's a button, and it activated some stuff over here. The totally real wind pad. Wow. Well, well, well. We're almost there to victory. You ain't never getting our honey, mate. All right. These are kind of walk-arounds. Not really, though. You can just use first person. It's fine. All right. This is kind of the final stretch here, I think. Or is there a little bit more? I mean, this is safety netted, but you just got to press these 4 buttons. Very easy. There's the second one, and there's 3 of them. I would suggest moving this like a little bit closer to there, or like moving it up. That way it doesn't clip through this mesh texture, which looks a bit weird. Okay, this is more like the final stretch. It's very easy. The escape hatch, the wasp's sack of stealing, small supply of honey, I guess. All right, that opens that, and then you go through here. Yay, we did it. Shout out to Tower of Bevious Demines in DTOH for heavily inspiring this. Thanks for getting us honey, we owe ya one. And there's the wind pad, the real one. Anything I didn't say on here? Didn't really say this directly, but very fun gameplay throughout. This would get a high score in gameplay if I were scoring these with categories like that, which I'm not. This was submitted as medium, but to me it honestly feels more like hard. Not too concerned about exactly the difficulty, because that could change anyway when I do the difficulty polls. Alright, that was 13 towers we played today. In part 2, I'll play the remaining 8. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed playing all these cool towers you guys built, and I'm looking forward to adding them to Ring 6. Once again, the deadline for final submissions is Saturday, July 5th, 2025. And thanks again for 6 and 7,000 subscribers. If you're not already subscribed, then be sure to do so you don't miss any future videos or live streams. With that, I'll see you in the next video, and have a great day.